Alright guys, welcome to Purple Opinions episode 14. Today we're going to talk about the great American classic, The Great Gatsby. The fourth film adaptation of the book came out on Friday, May 10th, and we went to see it. It was fun. So, let's hear some of those purple opinions,
Stop talking. So, The Great Gatsby... Yeah. Personally, I really enjoyed this movie. I think they did it very well, although others here would disagree. I really enjoyed it, and I think they pulled it off very well. I read it. I read the book. There were some parts of the book that were portrayed a little bit differently in the movie, but nothing too extreme. I feel Leonardo DiCaprio did an amazing job at his part at Gatsby, and he was definitely fit for the character. Tobey Maguire played Nick Carraway, and I think he did a decent job with his part. Nothing too extraordinary, but he wasn't a bad actor either. I think he did alright. I experienced this movie in 3D, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else, because it really didn't add anything to the movie. It was nice to see it that way, but it really did not add anything, and it's not worth the extra money. If you enjoyed the book, I highly recommend going to see this, but don't see it expecting an exact replica of the book, because that's not what you're going to see. There are some bits and pieces that are a little bit changed, but it's just for the purpose of an enjoyable movie, and I think they did a really good job with it. I would say probably an 8 out of 10 for this movie. I really liked it. So to help us talk about the new movie, we have our friend and fellow moviegoer, an AP English student, Libby O'Brien.
My name is Libby O'Brien, and I know what you're thinking. Tori knows a girl. Yeah. I read The Great Gatsby last year in 11th grade. I saw the movie with the guys at the midnight release type of thing. The opening part of the movie, about the first 10 minutes, I was really into it. I really liked it. I thought we were going to be in for a great movie. But I think the middle dragged a bit. And by the end, it was around 1 o'clock in the morning, so I was pretty much asleep. I thought for the most part it stayed true to the book. Especially being an avid reader, I've seen a lot of books be ruined by their movies. And for this book, which is a classic, I think they did a pretty good representation of it in a more modern setting. Leonardo DiCaprio was phenomenal. I absolutely loved him. In the book, one of my favorite scenes was when Gatsby and Daisy met for the first time in Nick's house. And that also worked for the movie because in the movie it was one of my favorite scenes. I think they did that phenomenal way to the book, and it was really quite entertaining to watch. Tobey Maguire, I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so of course going in to see Tobey I was pretty stoked about. I think Tobey Maguire did alright in the film. I think he could have done better, but I think his persona really fit the character of Nick. Some symbols that were used in the book were the light that's at the end of Daisy's dock and the eyes that watch over the city of ashes. Now those symbols were in the movie, but they weren't very developed because then again, the movie focused a lot on the love story. So that's enough of the book. The movie was good. It dragged in the middle, the end picked up a bit, but then again I feel like it focused too much on the love story. So in conclusion, my opinion on the film Great Gatsby was it was a good film. I did enjoy it. Overall, I don't think it represented the book very well. I've seen worse adaptations of books into movies, so as far as that, they didn't do too badly, but I would have liked to see the movie develop more of the themes that the book has.
Alright guys, it's time for some deep purple opinions. So I usually don't get too heated about movies and stuff, because I know the director has like a certain sense of creative license, so I'm like, alright, you know, you want to do your own thing with the movie, fair game, I don't care that much. Then Baz Luhrmann took it too far. Baz Luhrmann, we're not friends. Alright, so let's just get right into it. There's a whole bunch of things I'm gonna say, so get your popcorn ready. No, really, I'll wait. Alright, let's get into it. Number 1. This movie did the book zero justice. This is my favorite book of all time, and Baz Luhrmann just basically took a shit on it. It didn't really cover like the main essence of the book. I mean, yes, it's a love story, but it's not a love story. That's not why F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote it. F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote this book as a criticism of the capitalist society of the 1920s. It was written more to criticize how everyone was living affluent lives and how they all thought they were happy. This book was meant to show that maybe you weren't really happy. Just because you had tons of money doesn't mean you were happy. Which we can see in Gatsby. Gatsby makes all the money in the world, and he just can't get Daisy, the only thing that really makes him happy. So he's depressed, he's upset, but he's literally the richest man in, like, all of Long Island. So, I mean... I mean, some of them they did touch upon, like the green light. The green light I think they actually did kind of well. The green light is meant to represent Gatsby, like, reaching for Daisy. He just wants to, she's in his grasp. He can just, you're all bullies! Every last one of you! I don't need this purple opinions nonsense, I'm leaving. Other things I didn't like about the movie. I didn't like the plot. The plot sucked. I hated how they ruined the plot. Why? Why is Nick Carraway now a recovering alcoholic? I don't get that.
Oh,
it upset me.
I had that part.
I'm talking! Why is Nick Carraway a recovering alcoholic? That doesn't make any sense. He's supposed to be like the one person who like isn't affected by all this. He's supposed to be like the neutral sort of like halfway sane person. But no, it wouldn't sell tickets if he was normal. He has to be an alcoholic. Oh, no, that is a good one. That is a good one. Weather. The last scene of the book is supposed to be him sitting on a sunshiny beach. Wrong, Baz Luhrmann. It's not a rainy day. He's supposed to be sort of reflecting in a happy way. So screw you and your rain. Nick Carraway's awesome and you ruined him. Alright, now that I'm done talking about all the things I hated, let's talk about the good parts. There were none. No, guys, I kid. Really, there were some good parts of this movie. Like the acting. The acting was phenomenal. I thought everyone who acted in this movie was amazing. My favorite part of the movie had to be the soundtrack. The soundtrack was great. My favorite track on the soundtrack, of course, had to be will.i.am's Bang Bang? Bang Bang, not Bing Bang, Bang Bang.
Oh.
It's Bang Bang. My final opinion on this movie, definitely go see it. I wasn't a fan of it because The Great Gatsby is my favorite book, and I didn't feel like it did it justice. But really, go and see it. I thought it was visually a masterpiece, the acting's great, and if you haven't read the book, the story is great, really. I mean, as a love story, it's phenomenal. As an adaptation of F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel, it's so-so. And, I mean, everything else about it, I mean, it was really quite good. I really enjoyed it, it was fun to watch. Go see it.
Thanks everyone for having me on. No thanks to Tori and Lewis because they just wasted the past 3 hours of my day. And I'm gonna walk off the camera now.
Alrighty guys, thank you for watching this week's episode of Purple Opinions. If you enjoyed it, you can give it a thumbs up. You can leave your comments down below. If you like this content, you can subscribe right here. New Purple Opinions come out every Friday. If you have a Facebook, you can like us here at this link. If you have a Twitter, you can follow us here at this link. If you missed last week's episode, you can check it out right here. And we will see you guys next Friday.
For any of you who are curious, Tori is a girl's name. Yeah. So let's just establish that. Let's just put that out in the open. Tori is a girl.